Right on Labor Day, Donald Trump has been caught on camera unleashing hell in the United States with his Gestapo, the ICE militarized forces attacking migrants and citizens alike. We have the receipts, we have the photos, we have the videos. Shout out to all the courageous citizen journalists who turn their cameras on to film this. Do not look away. And I have this favor to ask of you on Labor Day. Please share this video with as many people as you can and put in the comments if you were able to do that. I rarely ask for favors, but it's important that the world knows what's taking place in the United States. Like, let me show you what's happening right now in Washington, D.C. Here we see D.C. police, which has been taken over by the federal government, Park Police, and ICE agents swarming to detain an unarmed man sitting on a bench at Malcolm X Park in D.C. This is pure intimidation right here. It was caught on camera, and you'll see how pissed off the D.C. community members are. I want you to watch this. Let's play this clip.
Leave him alone. He's just sitting on a bench.
That's why all this neighborhood's here. We don't want you. Get out.
Shame! 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 Chicago Bears, you should take that off. Shame!
What's gonna happen to you when it's all over, huh?
Shame!
You know where they put Nazis like you, huh?
Shame!
In this next video right here, you will see ICE agents attacking multiple peaceful protesters and spraying mace in their face. Here, watch this clip right here.
Right, yeah, with all those fucking weapons. Like, oh, you're afraid of a bicycle? Fucking pepper spray. Shame on you! Shame on you!
In this next clip, you'll see ICE violently detaining food vendors outside of a Home Depot in Los Angeles. Here, play this clip.
No le peguen, por favor. No le peguen, no le peguen. That's not what a human does. No, kid, no, kid. No, no.
And then ICE agents and the DC police, which has been taken over by the Trump regime, are stopping people from playing basketball. So they're picking up trash and they're instituting like curfews and saying, get off the court if you look a certain way. Here, watch this. Play this clip.
We right here playing basketball, y'all. Look. Hey, look, y'all. We can't even play basketball, y'all. Look. Look, y'all. We can't even play basketball, y'all. Look. Look, where you going? Come here. Everybody, come here. Don't turn around. Do not turn around. Y'all looking at people cars that been right here. Y'all looking dumb as shit. Don't look. We can't even play basketball, y'all. This shit is crazy, bro. Man, get the fuck on. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Shut the fuck up. Hey, we can't even play basketball, bro. This shit is crazy, bro. Oh, nah, Vin Diesel. Oh, nah, we got, hey, y'all. Look at Vin Diesel, y'all. We got Vin Diesel, man. Hey, look at Vin Diesel, y'all. Hey, they got Fast and Furious. Hey, fuck it's Fast and Furious 15. Hey, nah, come on, y'all. Come on, we can't play basketball, y'all. We breaking the law. Is we breaking the law right now? Is we breaking the law? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I just want to go around. I'm fuck it. I'm going out the gate. I'm going. Why y'all turn around? Don't turn around. Y'all can get on the camera.
And again, do not look away. Here's what happens in just 30 seconds. You'll see the force that ICE use against a child, ripping their father away as well. Generational trauma starts here. Here, play this clip. We're learning as well how ICE detained another firefighter after 30 years of volunteering in the United States. His application for citizenship was still being processed, but he always insisted on serving his community. Agents swooped into the neighborhood and handcuffed him on his way to work. You'll hear him cry out for his wife. Milton Guamariga has no criminal record. He's lived in the United States since fleeing Ecuador at the age of 15. His wife and 3 children hope he will be allowed to complete his application process at home in Port Chester, New York. Here, play this clip.
ICE agents swooping into a neighborhood in Westchester County and detaining a husband and father as he left the house for work. He's a volunteer firefighter and has lived in the community for decades. Tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Safan Kim with his family's fight to get him back.
The tears rolling down Rosa Chagui's face, bursting through the floodgate that is now her broken heart. Since she was 15 years old in Ecuador, she and her husband were inseparable until ICE agents detained him last week as he left his house in Port Chester, headed to work. With his hands cuffed behind his back, 43-year-old Milton Guamarigua can be seen yelling his wife's name, but Rosa never heard his cries. No idea at the time what was happening.
Horrible.
Guamarigua works as a marble stone installer and is a volunteer firefighter in Port Chester. The father of 3 volunteers because he is undocumented, so he can't be paid. But his family says he serves his community because he wants to be more. He was recently trying to go back to college to get a degree in IT.
My younger sister, who's 8, she asked for my father every single night, and we lied to her and told her that he's on vacation or like a work trip, and for that reason he's not able to come home.
Jocelyn admits her father crossed the border illegally when he was 15 years old, but she says in the almost 30 years since he's been here, he has never gotten into any trouble. She says he is not a violent criminal. We reached out to DHS but have not heard back. His family says he is currently being held at Calhoun County Correctional Center in Michigan. They say he was in the process of applying for his citizenship, and they hope he'll be allowed instead to complete that process and be released.
Honestly, it's hard not to break down because I know my mom's already struggling a lot, and she has my 2 younger siblings that are both still in school, and we're just trying to honestly figure out how we can make everything work until my dad comes out and hopefully comes home.
In Port Chester, Safan Kim, Channel 7.
Here we're learning about ICE raiding yet another car wash, and they targeted a U.S. citizen. "I got my ID, check my locker," the worker yelled as agents twisted him to the ground. "I thought it was an active shooter and hid in a bathroom with 5 other guys," said a customer. "Everybody started screaming. My car is still sitting with towels on it," a man said. The manager said they just grabbed anyone they could without asking for any identification. This took place at a Studio City hand car wash in Los Angeles, California. Let's play this clip.
Stop resisting!
What started as a quiet morning at Studio City hand car wash quickly escalated when unmarked vehicles pulled in and immigration agents swarmed the property.
All of a sudden, all these cars pulled up and just started pulling people. Everybody started screaming. My car is sitting there with towels on it.
My photographer and I pulled up as the raid was happening. Witnesses who spoke with us asked us not to share their names, telling us what car wash employees did after the agents jumped out of unmarked vehicles.
And I see them all run hide behind cars and everyone just started squirming out of here.
This witness, who's a regular at this car wash, says he thought there was an active shooter and ran into a nearby closet.
And I went into the closet, 5 people came in with me. And when they came in, they closed the door. They're like, it's ice, please, please, please.
He says they all stayed inside until agents left.
It's honestly the saddest thing I've ever seen, like to see grown people cry and scared and think they're gonna lose their families in it like that.
Employees say they were caught off guard, one worker running into a nearby car during the chaos.
¿Ya está buscando a su esposo? You're looking for your husband?
Ya, él trabaja aquí también.
She eventually found her husband, who also works at the car wash. She says her husband has legal status.
¿Han venido aquí antes? Have immigration officials come here before?
Primera vez que vienen ellos acá.
She also says this is the first time an immigration sweep has happened here.
ICE came and took a bunch of employees without even asking them if they had documentation.
And car wash manager Ben Meiselas says agents didn't show him a warrant or even identify themselves.
And I see the ICE agent threw him on the floor, twisted his arm, and the guy's like, I have my ID in the locker. I have my ID in my locker. And it was just disgraceful. You're a big bully.
We are at a car wash, so people are working, they're pushed to start vehicles, and you take that key and you put it in your pocket. Some of those vehicles unable to be moved because the people that they took had the key in their pockets. Forat tells us an immigration official stopped by hours later to return at least one key, and since then, clients have come by to pick up their cars.
However we can help.
Regulars at the wash that know some of those detained say this is not right.
They work hard, their children grow up here, and then they live a better life. That's what the American story is about.
A story that has been paused for several people at this car wash.
This madness has to stop.
In Studio City, Lustelia Caballero, KCAL News.
Next up, you'll see ICE detain a mother and 4-year-old son. They were looking for somebody else. Mom, why are they here? The boy cried. Am I going to be in jail myself? 6 agents and 4 unmarked cars surround them while shopping, insist on following back to home. Then the neighbor took this video of the mother being arrested. ICE told her they would not let her or her son go unless the man they were looking for turned himself in, but she has no idea where he is. After being driven to an unknown location for about an hour, they were eventually released, but the mother is now forced to wear an ankle monitor. The arrest occurred in Peekskill, New York. I want you to watch this clip. Let's play it.
We have to go right now. We have to go right now.
And as the National Guard patrol Washington, D.C., you'll see that lots of community members are using the Star Wars music to signal that these people are acting as the bad guys. So unfortunate to see, but it's so good that community members are doing this. Here, play this clip. In this next clip, you'll see community members saying, do you guys feel bad about what you're doing? Do you effing hate yourself? How are you doing this? Here, play this clip.
Do you guys feel bad about what you're doing? Don't you feel like horrible fucking people for what you're doing to this fucking city? Don't you fucking hate yourselves? What's your name? Say it again. I'm so sorry, sir. And I hope you guys think about this for the rest of your fucking lives and what you're doing to this country. I don't know how the fuck you sleep at night. Do you have kids who do this? Yeah. Can you pick that up?
I'll work right here. You know him?
No,
I'll put it at my job.
And as Christopher Webb says, the media needs to stop calling this an immigration crackdown. That's not what Trump is doing. He's using the military and federal agents to invade cities and occupy them. Trump is itching for a fight, and he wants it with blue city mayors and blue state governors. The good news, they're not backing down, and this is what Trump wants to do in Chicago. Here, play this clip.
The Trump administration is ramping up for an immigration crackdown here in Chicago. And we've learned that this local naval base could be the command post for that entire operation.
The New York Times reviewed a request from the Department of Homeland Security. The report says the Trump administration plans to ramp up immigration enforcement in Chicago, calling for a 30-day operation at the Great Lakes Naval Base, including 250 people, parking for 140 vehicles, storage space for medical supplies, bathrooms and laundry, and rubber bullets and tear gas.
I don't know why they need rubber bullets and tear gas. They want to inflame something. That is what they want.
All these sanctuary cities that refuse to work with ICE, where we know public safety threats are being released every day into this country.
Governor J.B. Pritzker says his office has not heard directly from the White House about increased immigration enforcement or wanting to use the Great Lakes Naval Base.
We now have a president and a federal government that's going after them, hunting people down, and disappearing them off the streets.
CBS News has confirmed this upcoming ICE activity could begin as soon as next week in Chicago. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has repeated his threats to send federal troops into Chicago to combat crime, despite violent crime dropping in the city.
It's un-American, if you ask me, invading a city with troops. A U.S. president invading an American city.
And then finally, here's a quick video of Kristi Noem painting a portion of the border wall black, because Donald Trump believes in his own unscientific mind that if you paint it black, people won't be able to climb it because their hands will burn and it becomes hotter in the sun, which is actually it's not really going to make an appreciable difference. But so she, in a very performative way, we call her cosplay dog killer Kristi Noem. You see her here painting the border fence, and here she says, Donald Trump wanted me to come here and paint the fence. That's kind of weird. Here, play this clip.
Remember that a nation without borders is no nation at all. And we're so thankful that we have a president that understands that and understands that a secure border is important to our country's future. Now, if you look at the structure that's behind me, it's tall, which makes it very, very difficult to climb, almost impossible. It also goes deep into the ground, which would make it very difficult, if not impossible, to dig under. And today, we are also going to be painting it black. That is specifically at the request of the president, who understands that in the hot temperatures down here, when something is painted black, it gets even warmer, and it will make it even harder for people to climb. So we are going to be painting the entire southern border wall black to make sure that we encourage individuals to not come into our country illegally, to not break our federal laws, but that they will abide and come to our country the right way so that they can stay and have the opportunity to become United States citizens and pursue the American dream.
Finally, I want to mention a horrific thing that the Trump regime tried to do. Fortunately, some really talented and fastidious immigration lawyers were able to block what the Trump regime did. So on Saturday night, Sunday morning, early hours, like midnight, 1 a.m., the Trump regime tried to kidnap 600 Guatemalan children and deport them to Guatemala, orphans, they're no parents, and send them to Guatemala and just like leave them there in Guatemala without due process at all, without going in front of a judge. So the lawyers, immigration lawyers, found out about this. They rushed and were able to contact the judge at they filed a motion at 1 a.m. At 2:30 a.m., they were able to contact the judge. The judge set a hearing at 3:30 p.m. But then the judge and the lawyers learned that the Trump regime put all of these children, these Guatemalan orphans, on the plane already and it was about to take off. So the judge made an order, do not let that plane take off, because otherwise Trump was going to torture these children, potentially kill them, and just send them back in unsafe conditions in Guatemala. Then the judge said, all right, we're moving the hearing up because it looks like you're going to try to kill these children. Guys, this is happening in the United States of America. Here's what the federal judge in D.C. said. As I said at the start of this hearing, I got a call at 2:36 a.m. last night because the government chose the wee hours of the morning on the Sunday of Labor Day weekend to execute a plan to move these children. That's why we're here. And so absent action and intervention by the court, all of those children would have been returned to Guatemala, potentially to extremely dangerous situations. And even now the government has appeared. You're telling me that even though you think you have the authority to do this, and what you're trying to do is unify families, not violate the law, you need 5 days to respond. And again, I'm not going to force you to respond sooner, but if you need 5 days, my order is going to stay in place. I have done all I can to try to make a decision based on the facts in front of me. The government hasn't put anything in front of me to counter the plaintiff's narrative. I'm trying to do the best I can to fulfill my obligation as a federal judge. I appreciate you all showing up, and I particularly appreciate the government's representations, but I'm going to put it on the record again, just so there's no ambiguity. These children are going to be deplaned. They're going to be returned to ORR custody, and no attempts will be made to remove them from ORR custody and remove them to Guatemala in light of my order while these preliminary emergency proceedings are pending. And then the children eventually did deplane, and the government filed a document saying that the children were not going to be sent to Guatemala until there's a final ruling, but otherwise those children could have been killed. That's what the Trump regime was doing on Labor Day weekend. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.